We're among the few countries in the world where traditional craftsmen can create products that are easily the equal of the finest Western luxury. Often, our own crafts are far, far superior, and always they are much, much cheaper. Let's take the suit, a staple of every man's wardrobe. I love good suits, both English and Italian. At today's exchange rates, a ready-made Italian designer suit costs upwards of £1,25,000, and a Savile Row bespoke suit costs a minimum of 3 lakh rupees. Personally, I think it's crazy to pay these prices, and fortunately, we don't have to. My suits are made for me here in Delhi. For several years, my tailor of choice has been VAISH at Rivoli. The VAISH business began over 7 decades ago, and Sachin VAISH, who makes my suits, is the 3rd generation to get involved in the family business. Like his ancestors before him, Sachin prides himself on offering Savile Row techniques and Savile Row quality at a fraction of Savile Row prices. Sachin, hi. How are you? Nice to see you again. Good. You know what I thought for the show? We'd get a suit done from the beginning to the end and show people what bespoke tailoring is really about.
See, when we give you a suit, we're not just giving you a suit. We match the purpose you need a suit for, your personality and your physique exactly to the suit. So everyone with a size 40 is not the same. There are differences among physiques of people.
I wanted to talk a little bit about things that are technical to people who are not really into clothes, which is how a fusing is done, how the shoulder pads are done.
Right.
Should we do that? Can you show me some examples?
Absolutely, I can, yeah.
Like this is, for instance, a completed bespoke jacket, right?
Right.
How would this differ from the run-of-the-mill ready-made jacket?
The prime thing is the fit, which will be made for you.
Yeah.
This is also constructed in a different way. So what you see in a suit jacket, you see the front shell fabric, you see the lining inside, and in between this layer of lining and the shell, there is a layer of interlining on the front of every suit jacket, which is there to give it some body and some weight. Exactly. So now here I have a suit jacket, which is made in the modern industrial way. This black interlining that you see is bonded onto the entire front. It's glued on essentially, it's fused. It's called a fusible interlining. Whereas this jacket,
this is the real thing.
This is the real thing.
This is a proper bespoke
So
jacket.
here we have this greenish lining is made out of cotton, wool and camel hair. And this interlining is not bonded to the front of this jacket. It's free floating.
Oh, I see. Yes, you can feel it.
And this is attached by many, many blind stitches done by hand.
So what advantage does this have?
This is a 100% natural product. There's no polyester, there is no nylon, and hence it breathes much better. Okay,
if you remember, I said to you on the phone that while you've done all kinds of suits for me, you've never actually done a classic blue suit.
Right.
So you have some fabrics.
I did pick out some for you.
Okay.
So these are some of the finest fabrics from Italy and England.
This is Xenia.
This is Xenia. This is one of the options, which is a very, very dark blue.
It's very dark. It's almost like a black suit.
Yes. Well, there's another one which is a bit lighter in color, which is this nice dorme.
This is nice.
Yeah.
It bounces back, right?
It bounces back. Another one we have is this from Savile Row.
Okay.
This is a special fabric, which is always 2-ply by 2-ply.
What does that mean?
It means it has more strength. They've put in more into the manufacturing of it.
Okay.
And it's super light and nice and resilient.
This is nice. Okay, great.
Yeah.
So we've chosen the fabric, you've explained the technique. Now all that remains is to measure my podgy frame.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's do that.
Ready?
Yeah, let's do that. And so, to divert your attention while Sachin measures and sees quite how fat I am, let me summarize what a bespoke suit is. First of all, it's made specially for you and only you. This means that the pattern is drawn and then cut specifically for your frame. Secondly, the suit is completely handmade. Every stitch is done entirely by hand, and several hours of tailoring go into each suit. Making a bespoke suit is not only a complicated process, it takes a while. So while Sachin cut the cloth, I went off to back. If you thought that the process of making a bespoke suit would be easy, think again. When I met Sachin VAISH a month later, he had in his hands a suit of sorts, but it wasn't the suit I'd ordered.
Hi Veer.
Hey, hi Sachin. This is the suit. Well, this is actually not the proper suit, right?
No, this is what we call a toile.
What exactly is the toile?
It's a suit cut out of a rough fabric in its first stage.
Okay.
This we'll use as a pattern for your actual suit, but we'll be fitting you on this.
I should go and try this on.
Sure.
Sachin's father joined us for the fitting, but all of us knew that this was just one step in a long process. In the old days, every Savile Row tailor first cut the suit on a cheaper fabric. How does it look? It's sort of more or less done, yeah?
Yeah, not more or less done. This is just a start.
What do you think? Are you happy with it? Do you think it looks
Yeah,
fine?
but the first look looks
Doesn't look
quite,
bad, no?
quite not
I was
bad
actually
at all.
thinking it looks like a proper suit.
Yeah.
Should we not bother with the other one? Yeah? This is the bit where you actually see how it fits.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Okay, now we have to rip it and
You rip it means you tear it off.
take out all the parts of the jacket and then refit it on you.
Yeah, I know, it seems a bit pointless, but it's part of the process and it's the key to a bespoke fitting. Up to this point, the tailor has worked from a pattern drawn on canvas. But now the fitting is done on the body and the master cutter judges how well the fabric drapes on your frame. I've known entire suits to be junked at this stage. And even if the cut is fine, the suit is nearly always reconstructed as it is draped on the body. And then, once the toile or the first trial suit has been corrected, it's finally time to make the real thing. This time around, they used the blue fabric that I'd originally selected. So finally, after that very elaborate fitting with the toile, the fabric has been cut. This is what the suit will look like. Well, not exactly as you can see, it's still at a very rough stage, but at least they've cut the actual fabric. So all I have to do is try it and they'll make the final adjustments. Hi, it looks
Veer.
good, huh?
How does it look?
It looks good.
You like it?
Yeah, I do. I think after all this time, you actually don't really need to do very much. I think you've pretty much got a measure of my body.
Looks like it.
Yeah.
But
What do
let
you
me
think?
take a look.
Okay. I find that normally when you do sleeves, you do slightly shorter sleeves than I like, right?
Yes. So the
Most people like to show an inch of cuff.
of cuff, correct.
I find that if you're sort of on television and you're moving and you're gesturing madly and manically as I tend to, you don't really want the jacket to slide up all the way.
Yes. So in your case, it's a unique need
Yeah.
which we cater to.
I think you could probably ease up slightly here. Yeah?
Sure. We'll make
Yeah.
them larger in the waist to allow you for a big dinner.
Tell me about these stitches. Whenever you see a tailor coming to you for a fitting, you have these stitches. Why do you have these? Why do you guys always have these stitches, these visible stitches?
These are called basting stitches.
Okay.
And they're meant to hold the interlining and the lining and the front together before it's finished.
Okay. And
So-
once it's finished?
Once it's finished, these go because the suit can hold it.
So all the stitching, all of this is actually some tailor sitting and doing it.
Absolutely
There is no
by hand.
industrialization.
There is no industrialization on this.
So it is an artisanal product.
Exactly. One jacket is made by one man and one trouser is made by one man.
That seems good. Great.
course.
So how long now before I get them?
So this should take about a week.
That's it?
Yeah,
Great. So I shall see you in a week's time.
sure.
Many thanks. While Sachin and his father back in Delhi, I enjoyed my custom-made purchases. And so, as I went before the camera, I wore a bespoke suit, a pair of bespoke cufflinks, and a bespoke tie. It all looked wonderful, but more to the point, it cost me a mere fraction of what an off-the-peg designer suit would have cost me. And the quality was exceptional. The cufflinks were silver, the suit was handmade, and the tie was high-quality silk. I think we really underestimate how lucky we are in India. We don't need to spend in dollars because we get much better quality and much better value right here, and we spend in rupees.